हाय फ्रेंड्स। पिछले लेक्चर में हमने थर्मोडायनेमिक्स के हीट की इंटरेक्शंस पढ़ी थी। हमने ये पढ़ा था कि कैसे हीट वर्क में ट्रांसफॉर्म होती है और व्हाट इज़ द टोटल एनर्जी। टोटल एनर्जी के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था। तो हमने एनर्जी लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी के बारे में पढ़ा था, हमने टोटल एनर्जी के बारे में पढ़ा था, इंटरनल एनर्जी के बारे में पढ़ाया था। हमारा जो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक था हीट ट्रांसफ़र एंड वर्क, उसके बारे में हमारी चर्चा वर्क के बारे में हो रही थी। वर्क में मैंने आपको साइन कन्वेंशन के बारे में बताया था कि अगर किसी सिस्टम पे वर्क किया जा रहा है तो साइन कन्वेंशन निगेटिव लिया जाएगा, और अगर किसी सिस्टम के द्वारा वर्क किया जा रहा है तो इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी पॉजिटिव। दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू। नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज how to determine the work in different quasi-static process, closed quasi-static process. So that we will learn now. Just let us see what we have to learn. This is from प्रीवियस लेक्चर वेयर वी हैव लेफ्ट द डिस्कशन। मैंने बताया था कि अगर किसी क्लोज सिस्टम में आप वर्क की कैलकुलेशन करते हो तो इट इज़ इक्विवेलेंट टू पीडीवी। दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस। बहुत ही प्रिसाइजली आज हम वर्क कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं डिफरेंट प्रोसेसेस में, उसके बारे में हम देखेंगे। और ये जो मैं अभी कैलकुलेशन कर रहा हूँ दैट इज़ फॉर ये जो फार्मूलेज होंगे आइडियल गैस के लिए या कोई भी गैस जो आइडियल तरीके से बिहेव कर रही है उसके लिए वैलिड होंगे। प्रोसेस क्वासी स्टैटिक है और अभी नॉन फ्लो प्रोसेसेस के लिए मैं यहाँ पे डेरिवेशन करने वाला हूँ। तो ध्यान से समझ लीजिए, मैं 3 कंडीशन की बात कर रहा हूँ। एक नॉन फ्लो प्रोसेस है, क्वासी स्टैटिक प्रोसेस है और नॉन फ्लो प्रोसेस है, क्वासी स्टैटिक प्रोसेस है। तो अब हम ये देखने वाले हैं और क्लोज सिस्टम है तो हाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट द वर्क डन, दैट वी विल लर्न। तो चलिए देखते हैं। हाँ, तो लेट अस सी कि कैसे हम जो है कैलकुलेट करेंगे। यहाँ पे क्वासी स्टैटिक प्रोसेस, नॉन फ्लो प्रोसेस की बात हम कर रहे हैं। तो कौन कौन सी प्रोसेसेस होंगी पहले उसको हम समझ लेंगे, फिर हम उसको कैलकुलेट करने की कोशिश करेंगे। लेट अस सी द फर्स्ट वन इज कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम प्रोसेस। कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम प्रोसेस, इसको आइसोकोरिक प्रोसेस भी बोला जाता है। आइसोकोरिक प्रोसेस, तो ये एक ऐसी प्रोसेस है जहाँ पे वॉल्यूम कांस्टेंट रहेगा, वॉल्यूम जो रहेगा वो कांस्टेंट रहेगा। और ये क्लोज सिस्टम की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, क्वासी स्टैटिक प्रोसेस की। तो अगर आप प्रेशर वॉल्यूम डायग्राम बनाते हो, इसका प्रेशर वॉल्यूम डायग्राम आप बनाते हो, इस एक्सिस पे प्रेशर, इस तो कुछ आपको ऐसा यहाँ पे मिलने वाला है। मान लो स्टेट 1 से आपने शुरू किया और स्टेट 2 पे आप पहुँच गए, तो जो प्रोसेस है 1 to 2 की वो हमें ये ऐसा कुछ दिखेगा। एंड दैट प्रोसेस इज आइसोकोरिक प्रोसेस, यानी कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम प्रोसेस। यानी वॉल्यूम जो होगा वो कांस्टेंट होगा, वॉल्यूम कांस्टेंट होगा। तो कांस्टेंट का अगर डिफरेंशियल हम निकालें तो दैट विल बी 0। सो द पीडीवी वर्क from 1 to 2 in this particular case PdV is equal to 0। तो किसी क्लोज सिस्टम के लिए अगर आप कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम प्रोसेस की बात करो तो उसमें जो वर्क डन होता है वो आपका 0 आता है। ध्यान से समझ लीजिए, यहाँ पे मैं क्वासी स्टैटिक प्रोसेस की ही बात कर रहा हूँ, ये कैलकुलेशंस उसी के लिए कर रहा हूँ। सेकंड देखते हैं हम कांस्टेंट प्रेशर प्रोसेस। कांस्टेंट प्रेशर प्रोसेस। इसको हम आइसोबारिक प्रोसेस भी बोलते हैं, आइसोबारिक प्रोसेस भी बोलते हैं। तो आइसोबारिक प्रोसेस का अगर हम प्रेशर वॉल्यूम डायग्राम बनाएं, प्रेशर वॉल्यूम डायग्राम बनाएं, किसी एक सिस्टम को स्टेट 1 से स्टेट 2 में मैं मूव कर रहा हूँ, तो ये कांस्टेंट लाइन पैरेलल टू द वॉल्यूम एक्सिस विल कम, वी विल गेट 1 and 2। तो यहाँ पे अगर हम कैलकुलेट करने की कोशिश करें तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास वॉल्यूम V1 है और ये V2 है, बट प्रेशर इज कांस्टेंट थ्रू आउट। तो अगर हम वर्क कैलकुलेट करने की कोशिश करें तो व्हाट वी विल गेट, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ फ्रॉम 1 to 2 द P dV। नाउ यू सी that if I wish to calculate, तो pressure is constant and I will get V, and this is the upper limit and lower limit. Upper limit is V2 and this is V1, so thus we will get pressure into difference of volume at these two states. So that is work done in isobaric process। ठीक है, तो ये हमारा वर्क डन हो गया आइसोबैरिक प्रोसेस के लिए। तो आइसोकोरिक प्रोसेस यानी कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम प्रोसेस, जहाँ पे कि आप कैलकुलेट करते हो तो यू विल गेट जीरो वर्क, एंड इफ यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग फॉर द आइसोबैरिक प्रोसेस इज मीन कांस्टेंट प्रेशर प्रोसेस, तो द वर्क डन विल बी PV2 minus V1। Let us calculate for other processes also। Third one is constant temperature process or isothermal process। We can say this is isothermal process, isothermal process, or we can say constant temperature process, constant temperature process। It means what? The temperature of this system will remain constant throughout the process, throughout the change of state। Now what will happen in this particular case? If you will see, you will observe that product of pressure into volume, PV is equal to constant। You have already learned PV is equal to nRT। If nR and T are constant, this PV will become constant, or you can say P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2। Now if we draw the pressure volume diagram over here, so what we will get, if you are increasing the pressure, the volume will be lowered. If you are decreasing the pressure, the volume will be increased, something like that। Now this is pressure, this is volume। Suppose this is from state 1 to state 2, we have to calculate। Now we will use a very simple formula, that is work done is equal to integration from 1 to 2 PdV। Now we know that if PV is equal to C, so I can put here the value of P in the terms of V, so that is equal to 1 to 2 C by V dV। C is something constant, so we will put here C constant, and dV by V, the integration will be 1 to 2 dV by V। You know the integration of 1 by x dx is equal to log x, so this will be C log V, C log V, and from 1 to 2। Now if you calculate, you will get C log V2 minus log V1। You know log m minus log n is equal to log m upon n, so this will be C log V2 upon V1। If you put the value of C in the terms of P1 V1, so this will be something pressure at point 1 state 1 and volume at state 1 into log volume at state 2 upon volume at state 1. If you put in the terms of pressure at point 2 state 2 and volume at state 2, so this will same log of V2 minus V2 upon V1. If you observe this particular equation that PV is equal to C, PV is equal to C, so I can use P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So V2 upon V1 is equal to V2 upon V1 is equal to P1 upon P2. This can replace the value of V2 upon V1 in this particular equation. So you will get P1 V1 ln P1 upon P2. This will be also the formula of work done. So in isothermal process you can see the various arrangements are there, but to be very precise, to be very clear, the temperature remains constant throughout the process, and what we get here, that is the work done is the product of pressure and volume in a particular state upon into logarithm of final volume upon initial volume. Okay, or if you take in the terms of pressure, so that will be product of pressure and volume at a definite state log initial or final state and log in pressure at initial state upon pressure at final state. So this is the formula, this is the working for isothermal process. If any system is going through the isothermal process or constant temperature process, so how work will be calculated, that we learn through this. Now coming to the next process we will learn about adiabatic process and polytropic process. So here I wish to calculate for adiabatic process. Now coming to adiabatic process. Adiabatic process, what is adiabatic? First of all, we must learn what is meaning of adiabatic process. Adiabatic process, the process in which heat is not able to cross the boundaries of the system. It means what? Heat is not interacted with the system and surrounding. It means the heat lying in the system cannot go to the surrounding, or heat lying in the surrounding cannot come to the system. So that kind of the process is adiabatic process. It means what? There will be some work interactions, and that is what we are going to calculate here. The governing equation of this process is PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. Gamma is what? Here we will learn very much many terms here. Gamma is what? Gamma is ratio of specific heat at constant volume upon specific heat at constant pressure upon specific heat at constant volume. Now gamma is the ratio of specific heat at constant pressure upon constant volume. Now what is specific heat at constant pressure? It is the heat given to the system, it is the heat given to the per kg per unit mass of the system to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius when the pressure of the system remaining constant. That is specific heat at constant pressure. Similarly, specific heat at constant volume is the heat required to be supplied to a system per kg system per unit mass of the system to increase its temperature by 1 degree Celsius, or the heat and volume remaining constant in this situation, or the heat that must be extracted from the system to lower the temperature by 1 degree Celsius when the volume is the constant. So the situation is that whenever volume is constant, whatever heat you are supplying to increase or decrease the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, that is specific heat at constant volume. And whenever pressure is constant and you are supplying or extracting the heat to increase or decrease the temperature of the system by 1 degree Celsius, so that is specific heat at constant pressure. Now adiabatic process, heat will not be able to cross the boundaries of the system, that we should be must very much clear. Now our purpose is how to calculate the temperature, how to calculate the work done in adiabatic process. So let us do this. I think the basic concept of the adiabatic process is clear to you. That is very much necessary for going through the solution of the work. So governing equation is Pv to the power gamma is equal to constant. Gamma is the adiabatic index, and it is nothing but the ratio of specific heat at constant pressure upon specific heat at constant volume of the particular system. Now coming to how to calculate the work done. So let us so first of all let us do some working here. If I see, I can definitely do that Pv to the power gamma is equal to constant. So this can be written as P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V2 to the power gamma is equal to Pv somewhere at the point gamma is equal to constant. This working can be also simplified for a general equation Pv to the power gamma is equal to C. We can write it like that: P is equal to C by V to the power gamma. Actually this process is represented by the many governing equation. I am using the very simplest one, that Pv to the power gamma is equal to constant. Next time I will teach you about Tv to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. That is also the equation of the same process, actually modifying these equations, but here our purpose is to calculate the work done, and for that I consider this equation to be enough. That's why I am not telling that. Okay, so let us draw the pressure volume diagram that we will definitely draw for calculating the work done. So that is pressure, volume. This will also go something like that. Depending upon the value of gamma, the slope of this will depend. Now coming to calculation. So we know that work done is equal to P dV integration from suppose some point 1 to some state 2. So what we will do, P dV, okay. Now C by V to the power gamma into dV is equal to here state 1 to state 2. You know C is the constant, and it will become V to the power minus gamma dV, and from state 1 to 2. Very simple. We will gain here C into V to the power minus gamma plus 1 divided by minus gamma plus 1. You know x to the power n, when integrated we get x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. That is the property I am using here. Now what we will do, we will just rearrange the system from V1 to V2. It means volume at state 1 to volume at state 2, and we will try to simplify this equation. Okay, so here C into V to the power minus gamma plus 1 upon minus gamma plus 1. If I just put C, this will be something like that: V2 to the power minus gamma plus 1 and minus V1 to the power minus gamma plus 1 and whole divided by minus gamma plus 1. Now you know this C can be multiplied with this term also and this term also. So we will get something like that: C V2 to the power minus gamma plus 1 minus C B1 to the power minus gamma plus 1 divided by minus gamma plus 1. Now coming to the next equation, just I am erasing for doing the other calculations. Uh, you can preview the video and you will be able to see the whole calculation, but here limitation of space is there, that's why I am erasing it. To simplify the things, here we will get what? We will get something c the value already I can with v2 I can use this p2 v2 to the power gamma, and with v1 I can use p1 v1 to the power gamma. Now what you get? You get p2 v2 to the power gamma into v2 to the power minus gamma plus 1 and minus p1 b1 to the power gamma into b1 to the power minus gamma plus 1 divided by minus gamma plus 1. You know x to the power m into x to the power n is x to the power m plus n. So that is just laws of exponents you use here. So what you will get? p2 v2 minus p1 b1 minus p1 b1 divided by 1 minus gamma. It can be also written as p1 v1 if I take minus sign as common, so p1 v1 minus p2 v2 divided by gamma minus 1. So this is the formula for work done during the adiabatic process, and that is how the work done in adiabatic process is calculated. You know, similarly for polytropic process also the same process will be utilized, but the difference is that in polytropic process some heat is removed and it is capable of crossing the boundary of the system. So that we will learn. Now how this particular equation can be modified? If we try to modify this particular equation, so we can write in the term of temperature also. You know, PV is equal to MRT is the equation, so you can replace by that particular equation and you will get something like that: MR in the bracket T1 minus T2 divided by gamma minus 1. So that is also valid equation. You know, we are all doing for ideal gas, and I have already told you in the beginning that this is valid for ideal gas. Whatever formula we are, or any gas that is behaving like ideal gas, this formula is valid. Quasi-static process I have told you, and also we have learnt about that how the work done will be calculated. Now I have named polytropic process. What is polytropic process? I will discuss in very much brief, because derivation is something everything like that except power goes to the power n except gamma, and the derivation is same. So but a quick discussion is necessary over here for polytropic process also. So let us learn what is polytropic process. Polytropic process. This polytropic process, PV to the power n is equal to constant. N is called polytropic index. Actually this is for general processes. This is for general processes, and you know the value of n can lie from minus infinity to plus infinity. The value of this n can lie from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. So now the question is, you know, whatever the devices we are utilizing, whatever the general processes we are utilizing, we get this the value of n1 from infinity, but this is not a boundation. This value can be minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. Now if you utilize the similar approach that I have already done in the particular calculation for adiabatic process, So you will get the work done for polytropic process also, that is equal to P1 V1 minus P2 V2 divided by n minus 1. Okay, so that is the situation that we can write. Okay, so now I think we have learned all the form of work, all the form of all the work associated with different processes like isochoric process, isobaric process, and after that we have learned about adiabatic process. Okay, one more thing that I perhaps I have missed. Adiabatic process is also termed as isentropic process. Isentropic process means the entropy of the system remains constant, because if heat is not crossing the boundaries, heat leads to randomness. Crossing of heat leads to randomness either in the form of increment or decrement. So that particular heat, if it is not crossing the boundary, the process will be isentropic process, and such process is adiabatic process. So that we must know. So whatever the derivations I have told you, that is valid for closed system, quasi static process, ideal gas. Okay, so that we have to very much clear. Okay, thank you. We will discuss more about these processes, and we will solve some practical problems related to these equations in our next lecture. Okay.